Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the 2025 Roller Derby World Cup, hosted by the fearless Bruisers in Innsbruck, Austria. This is game 39 on day 2, track 5 in the house of the Bruisers track. This game is Italy playing in blue, playing Norway, who are in red, and I'm Shaolin.
I'm Yuxa Pose, and I'm happy to announce this game with you. And at the moment we are hearing the anthem of the Italian team. We hearing it.
Yes. I believe you're not hearing it at home. So while they're listening to these glorious anthems in-house, let's read out the rosters for today.
Yes, Italy in blue. There is 004 Hannibal, 005 Latignosa, 0122 Diletta, 13 as a captain Anek, 17 Betty Burb, 18 Pocahontas, 23 Quick Quad Quack, 412 Phoenix, 43 Psychedelicat, 50 Olivia, 69 Marky Maniac, 711 Aquilata, 718 Deadly Bet, 8 LOC Raptor, 88 Baby Shark.
And we're definitely going to be singing that, by the way. Apologies in advance. For Norway today, we have 10 Tits and Acid, 108 Kiki Longskates, 12 Hestatun, 127 Violent Viking, 15 Hannah Hardhent, 2 Fellini, your captain for Norway, 242 Winter Wolf, 333 Overkill, 51 Cass Warfare, number 6 Chadkoviets, 73 Doodle, 79 Torture, 8 Hossy Galore, 89 Live and Let Die, and 933 Booze.
And without the officials, the game would not be possible. So we, of course, are also reading the official as NSO, who's here in the House of Bruisers.
Absolutely. We are very happy to have Agricola, Baconator, Bolito Sin Gluten, Chief, Math Murderer, Modine, Pascalo Bistro, Quick Grayson, Ray of Sunshine, Simbing Queen, Styx, and X-Ray Ted as your NSOs.
And as officials on skates, we have Angie, Bitchipedia, Candy Striper, Captain Robvious, Kimuela, Divide by Zero, Martin McFly, Marine, and Slow Fox. So we have 1 minute and 40 to go, time to Derby, and we are really excited.
We're very excited. So Italy versus Norway, both of these teams coming off wins from yesterday, is that right?
They earned 1 winning point each, and if they are able to earn another winning point, they are playing teams who also won 2 points, actually did not lose any game. The team who is losing today plays against somebody who also lost today or lost yesterday. And the great thing about this tournament is that also the teams who did not win any winning points are playing also against each other tomorrow. So there will be 24 games each day.
Oh, so many games. I just want to double check that we are definitely on. People can hear us. Fantastic. I just want to check because we've got buttons in my face and I'm not quite sure if it's right or not. We're going to keep talking until someone tells us that and you can't hear us. Yeah, so much roller derby happening over this weekend. So another 24 games. Is it 24 games today as well?
24 games, 48 teams.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
And the last game there are only 8 games. So these are the finals then.
Yes. But what makes this interesting is that Swiss format structure.
Yes.
That's why how this is being seeded, which means we'll go into it a bit more into it later. Basically, every point counts. So even if a team feels like they're losing, they still have to fight for every point because every point counts towards that strength ratio.
So the skaters are now at the WFTA jam line, and the first jam is just about to start.
Yes, it looks like we have Hannibal up for Italy and
Hossy Galore for Norway.
Okay. And we have Hossy for Team Italy in the black. I think I may have mistakenly said that they were in blue, but actually Italy are playing in black today. And Hossy finds the inside line and is your lead jammer for Italy.
So, Norway in red, Italy in black. Now we have it. first jam is called
Yes.
in favor for Italy. 3 points.
Yeah, great start. Really good start for Italy. They'll be looking, you know, always good to draw first blood on the scoreboard there.
Now we have Torture from Norway on the WFTDI jam line. And quick quad quack for Italy.
Okay, and Norway take the second jam of the game. Torture is your lead jammer for Norway, but quickly followed behind by quid, quad, quack. Going to have to enunciate that
And the
very
pack is
clearly.
speeding up a lot.
Yes.
Trying that any points are made.
Yes, 0 points jam. Italy doing a great
good
job.
strategy.
Yeah, Italy doing a great job of speeding up that pack, making it really difficult for Torture to catch up and get any points. I think Italy do have, I believe they've got a good history of speed skating. So there's probably quite a lot of that in the training and the culture generally, which is definitely going to.
Generally, or especially those players.
I feel like generally in Italy, I think there is a
really?
culture of it. So that's going to play into the game, I feel, today.
Yeah, we have Attribution now jamming for Norway and Deadly Bet for Team Italy. Trying to get the lead status in here. Yes, and Norway is able to do that. Attribution.
Yes, nice and fast. There's some really good play there. Italy, oh, bit of collateral damage there as Attribution comes in and bops her own player
This was
out.
their
of the
own
track.
player, right?
Yeah. It's all legal, it's all legal.
Yes.
Italy have completed a star
That was a
pass.
star pass.
So Psychedelic Cat was your pivot turn jammer, but Attribution calls it off before Italy can reach the back of the pack. So, Norway there was 0 points. Again, so 2 lead jams there for Norway, but no points on the board. Italy, oh, wait, I was going to say, I was a bit confused about that. They had 4 points. So Norway finally getting some points on the board there. 4 for Norway and 3 for Italy.
Yeah, that's interesting. Norway had 4 lead jams, but was not able to score that many points. Yeah, quite
Okay,
equal.
the crowd is singing Baby Shark because
Of course.
on the WFTDI jam line, 88 Baby Shark is there for Italy versus 8 Hossi. Oh, so many 8s. My favourite number.
In German you say Ohrwurm. Now I have a Ohrwurm.
Wow. Oh, yes.
Is there an English pendant on this?
Yes, I know what you mean. But Baby Shark chomps their way through the pack. Lead jammer for Italy.
Was motivated by the song of the fans in here and really speeding it up very fast and quick short moves making through the pack, and it's in the first scoring trip already.
Meanwhile, I think Hossi Galore is looking to get the star out of the pack by passing that star to her pivot for Norway. And now Violent Viking is your jammer for Norway. But Baby Shark, sorry, carry on, yeah.
It's okay. Baby Shark is calling the jam, and 8 points for Italy. Yeah,
8 points.
Could be a very close game.
8 points for number 88, Baby Shark. There's going to be a lot of 8s in this game, I can see.
I really love the the spirit in here between the jammers.
Yeah, a little fist bump to start.
Yes, Hannibal for Team Italy and Torture for Team Norway. Trying to get through the pack with fast and strong moves. Very agile. I would freak out as a blocker. Wow, and Italy is doing a great job getting through. Hannibal just nodding because she is perceiving what she needs to do.
Oh, but that was a lovely spin on that inside line on turn 1 by Torture to release Torture back into play.
And there's the call. Another 4 points, I think. No, 2.
Yeah. 3 points,
Sorry.
yes. Italy settling into the game a little bit more now, I feel. 14 points there to 4 points for Norway, but it's very early in. We're still only coming up to jam 6, so the Norway really need to kind of get their skates on, as it were.
Yeah, yesterday the games the teams played had a much bigger score difference. Norway played South Africa in here. I was announcing this. Norway scored 261 points and South Africa 83. And also Italy won very clear. They won with a big score difference against Puerto Rico with with more than 300 points more than Puerto Rico.
We do have an Italian skater, 18 Pocahontas, going to that Zissou guard penalty box for Italy. But no matter, because quick quack quack quack, I cannot say that quickly. Quick quad quack is scoring already for Italy and lead jammer. I believe that Norway have had a star pass. However, it is still yet to complete their initial.
Yes, they had a star pass. So also the pivot is through the initial now.
Yes.
I think it's again Viking,
Violent Viking taking the star.
Second time, the second star pass by Team Norway.
Yes. Quid quad quack got just embroiled in a little bit more of defensive blocking play by Norway there, so called it off before Quid quad quack could make it back to the pack, but not before they scored 8 points. So Team Italy sitting at 22, Norway at 4. Lining up on that WFTDI jam line, Hossi for Norway and Deadly Bet for Italy.
What about the Zissou penalty box? Zissou Mafgard penalty
yeah,
box?
only one blocker so far. There was a blocker
Not
in
anyone,
there.
right?
There was one. Pocahontas was in there earlier.
Okay,
But
a couple, 4.
Yeah, 4 people.
But very less.
Yeah, a little quieter. Hossi there with the lead jammer status for Norway. The first one in a little while, I believe. First one in 3. So hopefully some points on the board for Norway. Yes, we see 4 fingers thrust into the air by our lovely referee. So Norway with a much needed points boost there. 8 points on the board for them altogether. 22 for Italy. Let's see if Norway can capitalise on this or whether it's just a blip in the play.
We'll see. Yeah, Torture is trying to jam and to get lead status now in the 7th jam of the first period. It's Norway against Team Italy, Italy playing in black and Norway in red, and we will see maybe also Baby Shark is achieving the lead status.
No, Baby Shark, a toe just went off the inside line, and luckily they recovered in time, but not before Torture is out and lead for Norway.
Yeah, Baby Shark persecuting the pack, which is speeding up again.
Oh, fantastic.
Fantastic teamwork by Norway.
Yeah, Italy, I think, were looking to try and speed away, but they obviously can't speed away too far because they have to go within 20, you can't speed up too fast. Yes. And Torture just about managed to get her hips round and call it before Baby Shark hit the battle for the pack. I feel like this floor is pretty fast. I saw a couple of games earlier today and the skaters were just round and round and round, going really fast.
Yes. So you start to announce something and it's long ago.
Yeah, it's already happened.
Really hard.
Like this, just here. Oh, you know what? I thought Hannibal was going to get lead jam for Italy then, but just managed to get smashed off the inside line by Norway.
Yeah, I saw Italy in January in Bochum at the Bang Boom Boomerang, and they were playing so fast, and I was like, oh wow, this is a totally different job as an announcer now.
Yeah, totally. Hannibal
has lead status.
Yes, and Hester Thun is following right behind for Norway.
And 2 blockers from Italy are sitting in the Zissou Mafgard penalty box at the moment. 3.
Oh, yes.
Now the third one also.
Yes, someone has just gone to the box, so they're going to have to report back, I think. This is what my old skating team used to call perhaps a purple patch. The idea being that there's an area in the game where one team just has a bit of a dip and the other team are able to capitalise. And, sometimes those can make the difference. If you sense blood in the water, as we were, if we're going to think about that Baby Shark theme, you've got to take it, you've got to attack. So what can Norway do here with 3 blockers potentially in the box? In that Zissou guard penalty box.
Hossi Galore in the front of the pack trying to get the lead status.
And she gets it. Quid Quad Quack. Meanwhile, following behind, but Hossy Galore is hitting the back and is assessed a forearm penalty.
Power jam situation for Italy.
Yes, this is certainly not what Norway wants to do with all of those blockers in that box, no. So
this could be a critical moment where Italy could really level it up.
Yes, really try and push ahead with those points there. Quid Quad Quack bouncing between Bose and Viking there.
So second scoring trip for Italy, 8 points already in this jam. Great effective offense.
That agility though by Quid Quad Quack, my goodness. Shoulders quicker than the speed of light.
And Betty Burp really did prepare it very well. Again, Betty Burp did great offenses just right in time.
Yeah, just in time for Quid Quad Quack to just pull that Norway pack to the outside and dart back inside. So difficult as a blocking wall to catch that. Oh, look at that.
Great zigzag movements.
Yeah, picking some really lovely lines there, Quid Quad Quack. When you pick those kinds of angles, it's so difficult as a blocker to read it and block it. There are now 2 Italy players who have gone, though, to that Zizou God's penalty box. So Italy suddenly find themselves at a major blocker disadvantage with Hossy Galore approaching.
Yes, and Hossy Galore is through the initial and in the first scoring trip.
That was a monster jam for Italy, though. 24 points on the board there for Quid Quad Quack in the 10th jam of this game. 4 for Hossy Galore. So Italy suddenly making a massive leap out to 49 points, 16 points to Norway. That is a team timeout, I believe.
Crash course team timeout, because life is a contact sport.
Yes, Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, endurance and agility, conquer self-doubt and create the habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Want to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Well, visit chrissycrash.com to download the free off-skates roller derby training series. Life is a contact sport, Yux.
Yes.
Win.
2 Italian blockers are sitting in the Saiso mouthguard penalty box, but also the pivot from Norway is sitting there, so we will see.
All right. Also very quickly, just a big thank you to My Roller Derby, the roller derby shop specialist in France and Europe.
So actually also the blocker from Norway is sitting in the Saiso mouthguard penalty box. Now 2 blockers from Italy are running back on track at the same time.
Yes.
We'll see what they are doing, maybe an offense.
Yes.
I would use that energy for an offense.
Torture makes it out, but Italy did not make that easy for her, I'll tell you that much. Meanwhile, Akilata is not far behind as your jammer. First jammer for Akilata, I think, for Italy this game. Second. Third. Okay, I absolutely missed that. Apologies. 3 points on the board for Norway. Much needed, much needed.
Star pass from Italy in the last jam.
Okay. That was a much needed.
My producer says next to me.
Hi, Riggs. Thanks very much for the stats.
Everything has happened at the same time.
Yeah, it really is.
It's really fast.
All right. Oh my goodness.
Just stumbling through the pack. Baby shark.
Do. And trying to hop around the back of Overkill, but Overkill is not letting that happen for Baby Shark. Meanwhile, Hester Toon is out for Norway, approaching the back of the pack, but Baby Shark calls it off before Hester Toon reaches. Hester Toon just hitting the back of the pack and just doing a backwards roll. You know what? That's not even the first backwards roll I've seen today. I've seen like 3. Jammers, I feel like it's part of Jammer training at the minute.
But I like when they have a grin in the face. Yes. Another fist bump at the FTDI start line.
Absolutely. We've got Chadkoviets up for Norway. I don't think I've seen them jam yet. So first jam for Norway for Chadkoviets up against Hannibal for Italy. Ooh, this, interesting, like very tripody walls. Not rolling so much as previous jams, it seems. And we have Pocahontas for Italy going to that Zizou guard penalty box. So Italy a blocker down. Meanwhile, Chadkoviec, first jam out, lead jam for Norway.
And Norway is really doing a great job at offense, trying to get this pivot away.
Yes. Fantastic.
So really making it hard doing the star pass in here.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams have switched on to that star pass. It is a classic tactic in everyone's armory. Oh, Chadkoviec making a great debut in today's game. Hello. Putting on multiple scoring passes here, while the Italian team seem, they're locking Chadkoviec down a little bit more now in front. Oof, but Feline coming in with a gorgeous bit of offense there to help Chadkoviec bring them out of the front. A star pass has been made for Italy.
And jam is called. We have 12 points for Norway.
Which is, 12 points on the board. The biggest scoring jam for Norway so far. And actually probably the only multiple scoring pass for Norway so far. So hopefully Norway's going to be hoping that this is a turning of the tide for sure. Chadkoviec, perhaps the secret weapon for Norway in today's game.
Let's see. Yeah, now there's torture jamming for Team Norway and quick quad quark for Italy. A massive hit on the inside for the Italian jammer. Yeah, the people are really falling a lot in this game, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's hard to control the speed when it's that fast, and then it's inevitable. You start overreaching, and it's just a bit of a spiral down, isn't it? We do have an Italian blocker sitting in the Zizou guard penalty box there. So Italy again with players down. It seems like they are getting into a bit of penalty trouble, and that is not to their advantage.
So the pack speeds up again.
Oh, but quack steals.
That was quick.
Quickly, Quadley and Quackley steals those points right at the very end with a little duck down. So Italy with 3 points. There to Norway's talk to.
2 points for Norway.
Oof, you gotta be sharp. You know, when you're calling those jammer, even though you're a lead jammer, you gotta call it quick, because it doesn't take long for a very speedy jammer to just sail in on the inside line.
Yeah.
There's always a loss of focus.
And in 2 jams before, the Norwegian team did it really great. They speeded up, they called up in time, but it doesn't work out every time, obviously. We will see how they will manage it.
Hester Toon,
As a blocker, it's really hard to take control over the situation when the team is speeding up so much. Sometimes you just get lost and the jammer is running through.
Yeah, and as a blocker, you really don't want to be skating fast.
Yes. So Hester Toon is really stuck into this massive wall.
But Hester Toon is the lead jammer of note in this jam for Norway. So Deadly Bet is chasing.
Right, but not many points.
No points for Italy, but 4 points. 4 points for Norway. Do you know what? If they can keep chipping away like this, keep scoring points to 0, they're going to find themselves back in contention.
Yes.
It's a good tactic, good strategy, but it does depend on you keeping the other skater to 0 points. So,
yeah, they're making a really good defense job in here. Okay.
So, WFTI Jammer line is starting with Chadkoviec, is it? And Baby Shark. Italy do have a blocker in that Zizou guard's penalty box, so they do have a blocker disadvantage here too. They are employing a 3D defense here to make sure that Chadkoviec has a difficult time trying to get that lead jammer status. Baby Shark is bouncing around. Oh, that was a very close call, I think. Yes, Chadkoviec just got a cut track. Yeah, Psycho Delicat just managed to shove them off and jumped back before they could come Jadkovic could come back in, so got that cut track call.
So power jam situation for Norway now and lead status. This is a good situation too.
Yes, for Baby Shark, Italy needed this to just try and take control back in this game. Bows there trying to hold them, but Baby Shark just bounces off. I see this all the time. Blockers are offering their chests to jammers, and I'm just like, no, that is a legal hitting zone. You are letting a jammer hit you if you're facing them with your chest there.
So jammer is obviously back, and wow, how much power can you have? Jadkovic is making her way through in a couple of seconds, actually.
Yeah, coming out with some force. Baby Shark there. On this wall at the back of Overkill and Fellini, your captain for Norway, doing a great job, I have to say. I've seen them all around. I can see Fellini lining up on that WFTDI jam line again. Just multiple jams in a row. That just tells you how hard these skaters are working here. Okay.
So, Saiso mouthguard penalty box. There is one blocker from Italy sitting there.
Just guards. Penalty box. And we have Hannibal, the jammer for Italy, trying to find a gap in this very tall Norwegian wall, I have to say.
Norway is achieving lead status in here. Hannibal, I really like this fist. I think it's also a sign, but still it's a nice fist.
Torture for Norway and Hannibal for Italy. Torture is lead for Norway with the fist bump. Hannibal is coming out, just completed their initial, coming out of that pack. Not far behind, but Torture has already got a scoring pass on the board, I believe. Oof, Hannibal. Torture calls it off her knees. Couple of points on and manages to call it before Hannibal can get any more points. 6 points there for Team Norway.
Did you perceive what the Norwegian jammer wanted to tell to the team? I think there was a commando, but the team did not do it. So
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe
there was a little frustration in the face, I would say.
Maybe she was just like, do some offense for me, please.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Okay.
Hestetun for Team Norway.
And the Quid Quad
achieving lead status.
Yes, there was a lovely gap on the inside line for Hestetun. Quid Quad Quack not far behind.
And we have only 8 minutes to go. This was very quick.
Yes, Italy are getting their wall in front to try and make it a little bit harder for Hestetun. But Hestetun calls it off. Couple of more points on the board. Still holding Italy to 0 there. But in that, I think we've got a couple of players going to the box, to these two guys' box. I think that we do have a Norway player in the box. We couldn't quite see what that was for, but that does mean Norway start with a blocker disadvantage. Italy sitting at 64 points and Norway at 45.
So Italy playing in black, and Deadly Bet is chairman now on the WFTDI jam line. And yeah, they are so fast. Yeah. Norway is already through.
Yes,
and followed by Jadkovic.
Jadkovic is in front. Jadkovic is your lead jammer for Norway.
Lead jammer, but not in front at the moment. Yes. Okay.
Deadly Bet coming up behind, forcing Jadkovic to do the call off. So it is a 0-0 jam there.
Did we have a 0-0 jam already? I don't think so. The second jam was a 0-0 jam too.
All right. On that WFTDI jam line, Torture for Norway, and we have Quid Quad Quack for Italy. Both packs are starting with 3 blockers on the track. Both have a player in the Zissou. Guards penalty box. Oh my gosh. Torture just on tippy toes manages to get lead jab and followed so quickly behind by Quid Quad Quack. Goes for the apex jump. Did they get it? No, they did not, but Italy got a point. My gosh. Big risk, but today not
risk,
that
yes.
reward. But Italy managed to sneak that point just before Torture called it off. Oh, that was a big old jump as well. Almost like jumped the entire turn.
And I think she was like, I cannot land this, but I do it.
I'm gonna try. I've gotta try.
Need to come to the other side somehow.
Oh,
that
right.
was a big risk. Wow.
We have Kiki long skates. A first jam for Kiki long skates with the star from Norway. And Baby Shark.
The 108 in front of the pack.
Oh, and Baby Shark.
Almost achieving lead status, but Baby Shark was a little faster now.
Yeah, just managed to get her hips around the inside line, Baby Shark.
And there is a power jam for Italy, I think, because Kiki long skates needed to go to the penalty box.
Oh, no.
So lead status for Italy and power jam situation.
Whoa, this is good for Italy. There are 2 Norwegian blockers in that Zizou Guards penalty box and 1 Italian blocker.
And the pivot. Also the pivot is in the box. So probably, yeah, the pivot comes back now.
Yeah, this is a beautiful opportunity for Italy to pack some points onto the board there.
And maybe we see a star pass now by Norway. From Norway? You say from Norway, right?
But I think Norway trying to put all the players up. Baby Shark just wearing all 4 Norway blockers there, just like zooming around the outside line. 4 points on the board.
12 points already for Baby Shark. Yeah, Baby Shark is famous for really a lot of points.
And Baby Shark got a couple of points at the end, just got hit off at the end, so didn't quite get off all, but calls it off before Kiki long skates can get any more on the board. So monster jam there. 14 points for Team Italy on the board in that 21st jam. So Italy are sitting at 79, Norway at 45. It feels a lot like Norway. They were doing a good job of keeping Italy 0, but only managing to get 2, 3, 4 points. Whereas Italy, once they get their claws into the jam, they are piling on multiple passes. That's difficult to overcome. All right, Deadly Bet, your lead jammer of this jam for Italy. And Hester Toon still fighting to get their initial pass. Deadly Bet there. Still trying to make their way out of the box, but I think have been sent to the box for a multiplayer. So that's what I'm seeing from the referee.
So there was a star pass on the Norwegian team. So we have a 2-minute jam because lead was lost, I think.
Every pivot's worst nightmare.
Yes. But I saw some pivots jamming in this tournament. They're actually also making points.
You're right. Actually, there's quite a lot of pivots in this World Cup who are excellent jammers as well.
Sometimes
so, unfortunately, Violent Viking has gone to the box for a cut track there. So that means Violent Viking is taking a seat in the Zizou Cards penalty box, and that will mean Deadly Bet is released.
So 40 seconds still to go in this jam.
Yep. I think
2 minutes in this first period.
Yeah, Italy are throwing loads of bodies into that Norwegian wall, trying to create some more gaps for Deadly Bet, which gives them a little bit of a path. A little bit zigzaggy through the back there, but Deadly Bet does make it out of the pack. Some lovely work at the back here. Italy just trying to catch a Norway blocker at the back.
Psychedelic Cut really doing a great job. But now there was a penalty.
They've gone off track for a multiplayer. Unfortunately, as soon as we said it.
Yes.
Always.
But before that, I really saw 3 great moves where she was holding the jammer with a lot of power.
Yes. Okay, so that jam. It's a timeout to. I believe that's a team timeout to Norway.
Yes. Norway.
This is a Crash Course team timeout.
Yeah, Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, endurance and agility, conquer self-doubt and create the habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Want to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Visit chrissycrash.com to download the free Off Skates Roller Derby training series. Life is a contact sport. Win.
Yes. And let's also tell you about one of our amazing supporters. FIFA is a historic European skates brand, crafting quality footwear since 1920 and producing roller skates since the 1950s. Proudly made in Europe, FIFA combines tradition with innovation right from their Vienna-based workshop. Learn more about their colour customizable line at vifaskates.com and find them on Instagram at FIFA Skates. That's WIFA Skates. There is else. I think has this become an official? Was that an official review? I thought that was a team timeout, but I think that is an official review by Norway. So we'll wait to see what that is about and what the outcome of that will be. But while we're waiting for that, I'm also going to tell you about the official protective gear of the Roller Derby World Cup, S1 Helmet Company. Durable, functional, stable, the S1 Pro knee pads are built for roller derby. S1 helmets and pads protecting roller derby since 2006. Go to s1helmets.com.
By the way, speaking about stats from yesterday, Hannibal made 106 points yesterday, and Hossi Galore made 92 points yesterday. That's really a lot.
That's so many. So let's just talk you through what happened in that last official review.
So they were calling for a forearm penalty on the jam, but they lost.
So that was Norway's official review.
Okay, Team Italy meanwhile achieving the lead status by Hannibal, who made 106 points yesterday, by the way, I mentioned just before. And now Norway is through the pack, also in the initial. And Italy able to score the first 4 points in this jam.
Called it off before Hannah Hardent could come back. Actually, but Hannah Hardent, who was jamming that last jam, actually did score a point. And I think that was Hannah Hardent's first jam of the game as well. So good for her to steal that point. But really, Norway need to be taking lead jammer status if they want to get control back in this game. There seems to be a bit of a switch up in the jammer lineup for Norway. We're seeing Kiki Longskates again on the WFTDI jam line for Norway against Kujquat for Italy.
So Hannah Hardent was actually not a jammer. Hannah Hardent was a pivot, so we didn't see
That'll be why we haven't seen her jam yet.
Yeah. Italy again, the lead status.
With Quid Quack.
Looking at the 100-point mark, I think. Making it through.
Yes, Quid Quack there.
And a penalty for the Norwegian jammer, so we have the power jam situation in favor for Italy.
And I think that might even be Kiki Longskate's second, is it? To the penalty box, 2 penalties and 2 jams. That's not great stats as a jammer, I have to say. So Italy will really want to pile on the pressure with this jam. They do have a blocker coming out of that Zizou guard's penalty box, so it means Italy have a full contingent of blockers now.
Maybe Italy can benefit from the weather in here because it's much hotter in there than in Norway.
Oh, so yeah, so everyone keeps saying maybe this feels like cool iced air conditioning to them today.
So there was a cut penalty called on Linky Longskates
returning
again.
From the penalty box, second penalty in a row in this jam. 3 penalties in 2 jams jamming. That's not great, to put it politely, I guess.
Power jam situation for Italy again. Was there a penalty? Yes, there was a penalty also for Italy.
I think, is that head? Blocking to the head, perhaps? I think it might have been a blocking to the head or with the head for Quid Quack, so they've gone to the Zizou guard penalty box for a stint. So despite 2 that's the half time. Okay, wow. So that means we're going to go into the next half. Norway.
I really liked how the jam timer did that. Did
Yeah,
you see that?
I thought they was going for a VAR. The jam timer did a big like a symbol like this. I was like, VAR?
He was
Where
kicking
VAR?
with the feet.
So yeah, Norway in that last jam, gosh, they suffered from two jammer penalties on the trot with Kiki long skates. But then right at the close of that jam, it was Quid or Quack, right?
I think so.
Had a penalty blocking with the head or to the head, so they were standing in the box. So as the next jam starts, first jam of the next half, Norway will have a power jam, but Quid or Quack will have mere seconds on the clock. Whoa!
I wonder what Norway is talking about
Tea,
in the intermission.
makeup, glitter.
Yeah, I think they can improve this trend.
Hey, I'm Scald Eagle, and I wear the S1 Lifer helmet with medium Terry liners. When I'm hitting the track, the last thing I want to be thinking about is how my gear is fitting. My S1 derby gear is just set to jet. I can't live without it. S1, protecting roller derby since 2006.
First rule of Sisu is, wearing a mouth guard is cool. Say the word. Sisu! Second rule of Sisu is, use a thin mouth guard, not a big old gummy one. Say the word. Sisu! Third rule, pick your Sisu style. Fourth rule, talk, breathe, drink, easily. Sisu, Sisu, Sisu! The final rule of Sisu is, unlike others, you've got up to 20 times to remold it. Who's got Sisu? Sisu!
They call it a sport, but we know better. It's a symphony of dedication, grit, and heart. Tuned to one another in a composition of chaos on a stage built for progress. Athlete-driven innovation from the first whistle to the final score. Every hit, every fall, every win, every loss, every team, every season, everybody. We've got you covered.
When it comes to roller derby gear that is trusted worldwide, Spank Alley has been in the game since day one, and we're still leading the pack. Our armbands are the strongest, most trusted on the market, with 3 styles that stay put through every jam, hit and hustle. And guess what? Spank Alley jerseys are here. Ref, Pride and Team styles. Velcro friendly, high quality and custom made for every body type. Ready to level up? Hit us up on socials or head to spankalley.com to place your order. Because in roller derby, if you want to be the best, you better wear the best.
The S1 Pro knee pad is built to last and perform, blending highly durable fabrics and materials into an innovative design with exceptional craftsmanship. We use a very tough, military-grade ballistic nylon for the outer shell material. We triple stitched every seam to prevent blowouts and reinforced all of the straps with additional stitching. Our top straps are made with a high retention elastic that minimizes excessive stretching and incorporates a length adjustment system to allow you to lengthen or shorten the top strap. The inner knee cup mold is streamlined and deep fitting and features a 4-tiered foam system combining varying densities of foam with shock dispersing foam to achieve both shock reduction and comfort on impact. The inner foam layer is a high rebound memory foam which absorbs shock and molds to your knee on impact, stabilizing the knee, helping to prevent slippage. Our kneecap has a flat surface that supports stability on impact and is made with a high abrasion polycarbonate plastic for durability. The S1 Pro knee pad: stability, durability, functionality.
Broadcast is brought to you in part by TSG, by the way, the trusted brand in action sports protection. Whether you're jamming, blocking, or just rolling for fun, TSG gear has you covered. Explore helmets and pads designed by riders for riders at their international website ridgets.com. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks to all of our sponsors and supporters here. Obviously, it takes a lot, takes not just a village, but a world to create a tournament like this. So we thank everybody who has supported us, including Roller Derby House, supporting Derby from the track to your screen. Thank you to Roller Derby House. Visit rollerderbyhouse.com for your next gear upgrade.
And we have this game here, Italy playing in black against Norway playing in red. And we have a little stats for you concerning looking at the first half of this game. Italy was sitting 22 times in the penalty box. That's a lot.
That's a lot of penalties, yes, compared to Norway, who had 15 penalties. Still high. I mean, there are a lot of penalties, but Italy did suffer from quite a lot. And I believe, I've been told, there's a lot of forearms as well. So there's a lot of forearm action. I think people overreaching for the hits, particularly when there's packs and the walls are being split apart, then there's sort of thinking that they can reach for it with your arm. But you're not allowed to use your arm. You have to use your body.
Yeah, I used that a lot. And also Norway, I mean, there have been a couple of skaters who did a lot of penalties. I think, for example, Kiki.
Kiki Long Skates.
Long Skates.
Has not had the best game. Honours jammer twice, 3 pajama penalties.
Yes.
So certainly not what you need in a game where every point counts.
Yes, and Norway is having had more leads than Italy, 13 leads and 11 on Italy's side. That's interesting.
It is interesting,
because
isn't it?
Italy has almost double points.
Double points, yes. Italy has more penalties, fewer leads. So that just means that Italy are making the most of the chances that they are actually getting. You know, when they are getting lead, when they are getting the jams. As we said earlier, they're getting multiple passes, 12-point, 8-point passes. Norway are just chipping away 3 points, 4 points. And unfortunately, points mean prizes. So Norway really need to buckle down in this half if they want to kind of bring that lead back.
Yes. So Norway had a couple of 4-point jams, one 12-point jam, and I'm really interested what this team will change now. I think they made a plan, and probably we see a little different strategy now.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think the pep talk is pep talking, hopefully, for both of these teams, and we'll see what happens next.
So the lineup phase just started.
Yes, remember, previously in Italy versus Norway, we had loads of penalties for jammers, and Italy are starting with their jammer in the box, seconds on the clock. Norway have a power jam. Can they get Hestetun out straight away? We shall see.
So Hestetun for Norway, hopefully using this benefit and making it through the pack, is already in the front and having lead status. And making it through in a, not very long time. Couple of seconds. And what is with the jammer on the Italian team? Is she already standing? I don't see. It's already back on track. All right. So the Italian jammer Hannibal is back on track. Meanwhile, Hestetun has still a lead status and is able to score some points in here, and is doing this on the first star stash over here.
All right, so Norway able to take the lead jammer status in that and get some points on the board. 3 points on the board for Norway, taking them to about halfway through to Italy's lead. 105 points to Italy and 51 points to Norway. We have Baby Shark up for Italy and Torture up for Norway on that WFTDI jammer line.
And we have a packed track now. The penalty and the Saisu guard penalty box is empty, at least still. And Norway is really pushing hard. Torture, it must feel very hard to get a hit by this jammer. Yes. Baby Shark is also trying to get through, but Torture was faster and is achieving lead status now. Showing the fist bump, whatever that means. Maybe you have a clue in between.
I think it's just a hype thing, isn't it? Or maybe
know.
like a steam train, like toot toot.
All right, there was a star pass on Team Italy.
To Aquilata.
7-11.
Yes, so Torture having to call that off right at the end of that jam to prevent Aquilata scoring, but another 4 points on the board. So we're seeing it again, Norway starting to get lead, getting points on the board, but only one scoring pass at the most. They're going to need a little bit more than that if they want to claw back this lead. So we're starting on that WFTDI jammer line with Deadly Bet and Hossi Galore for Norway with a clear Sisu Mouse Guards penalty box.
With a little hops on the inside, the Italian player is making it through and getting lead status. Deadly Bet, 7-1-8. During this time, Hossi Galore is still in the initial, took off the star helmet cover, while Italy is already having 4 points. Yeah, Hossi Galore is recycled a lot of times. They are doing a good job in here, the Italian blockers. Very effective. Really covering the track very good. And yes, there was a star pass for Norway to Filin.
And yes, Deadlybet calls it off at the end of that jam. Deadlybet had a good bit of speed, bit of momentum there, but just at the end, Norway blockers just managed to get Deadlybet into a bit of a washing machine of blockers, defensive blockers, throwing, despite Italian blockers coming in, throwing in the offence there, didn't quite work so. But still, with 8 points on the board for Team Italy, so 113 to Italy, 55 to Norway.
Italy playing in black, and Hannibal is achieving the lead status in a couple of seconds. Wow. Star pass on the inside from Team Norway. Last line of defense from the Team Italy, very engaged. So Viking.
Yes, Chad Koviets for Norway was the starter jammer, who has been very successful for Norway so far, but had to pass the star to Violent Viking, who manages to get back around and force that call off there by Italy, but not before Italy. Another 4 points on the board. Again, we're seeing Italy making the most of their lead jammer status. Multiple passes in the last jam. Another 4 points here, pulling away slightly. 117 points to Italy and 55 to Norway.
Baby Shark again, jamming for Italy, and Attribution for Team Norway. Yeah, there's a lot of interaction now. Wow, and I really like the style from Baby Shark, with many small and very fast moves on the outside, on the inside, and now in front of the pack, making it through, achieving lead status again. Baby Shark is really doing a great game in here. And yeah, in the meantime, Attribution by Team Norway gets recycled again, still in the initial. Very dense pack in here. Really hard to see through where the gap is, but there was a star pass to Filin again on Team Norway. So the team from Italy is forced to call.
Yeah, Baby Shark did an absolutely wonderful bit of agility on the outside of turn 2 there, just on 1 foot, managing to stay in to get back around for that initial pass and score the 4 points. But just in the end there, Norway had a kind of wide, stretched out defensive structure. Not really a structure I've seen. It sort of was a cube, sort of turned into a flat wall. So, but it seemed to work. Just getting bodies on Baby Shark, just dampen that down a little bit.
Yes, Italian defense is really doing a great job. I mean, Norway did not achieve any points in the last 3 jams, so we will see. And again, lead status for Italy.
For quid, quad, quack.
Torture is still in the initial.
No, Torture is in the box.
Oh, it's in the box, sorry.
No,
but also in the initial.
Yeah, well, indeed. I've missed what...
Having a little rest.
Yeah, missed what Torture's penalty
now
was
standing. Torture is now standing, coming back very soon, I think. In the meantime, Italy is able to score another 4 points. And another 4 points for Italy. In the meantime, Torture is really trying to get through that really great defense wall. Another scoring trip for Italy in here, already 16 points.
Torture's
and there was a star pass. Torture past the helmet cover to Violent Viking, and Italy is calling it off.
Wow.
And
wow. That
another
was
jam where 0 points could get achieved.
20-point jam there for quad, quack, monster jam there. Really made the most of that short power jam, and Torch just tried to just use brute force, to be quite honest, to force their way through the Italian jammer. But the style of that Italian defense is kind of car crash style, throwing bodies in at Torture. Torture couldn't get it out, managed to get the star out, but not in time to prevent Italy scoring that monster points. Second highest jam of the game.
Yes. 20 points, wow. Yeah, Baby Shark is really doing a great game in here. And Deadly Bet is now jammer for Italy and Hossi Galore for Team Norway. Yeah, the pack gets really dense now. Not a lot of movement. And there's no lead status at the moment. And we already have 1 minute, almost 1 minute in this jam without any lead status. So there was a penalty for a Norwegian blocker. And finally, after over a minute, the Italian jammer made it through, has lead status. Hossi Galore still struggling with this awesome defense by Italy. They are really communicating very well as a team, covering a lot of space on the track. It's really interesting. I can learn so much as a blogger from them. Yes. Deadly Bet in the front of the pack, sneaking around, a little spin, and yes, making it through. Another 4 points for Italy. And Hossi Galore took off the helmet cover. Maybe we'll see a star pass in here. Yes, there was a star pass to Feline. Another one. Yes, the last jams had the same structure actually, right? 0 points and always a star pass for the Norwegian
Norway.
team.
Yeah, I mean they have to take the star pass. This is the thing. They lose the lead. They have to try and get the star out of the pack if they've got any chance of trying to get the jam called off. But unfortunately, they're just unable to. They're getting stuck in there, and the Italian jammers are just running absolute rings around that Norwegian defense.
Yeah, Norwegians started very well. The first 2 jams they had lead, but again they did not achieve so many points, only 3 and 4. But Italy really makes more out of their lead status. So we had 20 points. Now we have another lead for Norway again. So they shifted it a little bit. We will see if they are able to make more points. Now there was no star pass. Hannibal is out of the initial, and yes, there was a very smart call by Team Norway.
Yes.
So Italy has 0 points in this jam.
And that was Chad Koviets there again. Chad Koviets seems to be the jammer. Once they crack Chad Koviets out, they are scoring points for Norway, but only 3, maybe 4. Not that many, but they're getting out, which for Norway, that's step 1, isn't it? But Italy have had a blocker sent to the box right at the end of that jam, so they will start with a blocker disadvantage as they do have someone sitting in the Zizou guard's box.
Attribution for Team Norway, pushing very hard in the front and still at the same time very agile with a lot of power, and Baby Shark jumping around in the back, also with a lot of power, and yes, it's really fast. Norway gets recycled and 2 blockers are standing there, now 3, gets recycled again, while Baby Shark is in the front of the pack. And still, again, we have 30 seconds and no lead status. Now they changed positions again. Baby Shark is in the back now. Wow, what a dense pack can you have. Where is this lead jammer status? Now we have it. The Norwegian jammer. So the second lead, the second jam, where they achieve lead. Attribution. We will see what she's making out of it. Trying to sneak through on the inside. Now a little bit stuck in the defense from Italy. So another recycle for the Norwegian team. There was a star pass on the side of the Italian team to Psychedelicat, which is making it through now on the outside. Very tippy-toe, you said, I think.
Yeah,
all
wow.
the toe stops.
That
really
was
great movement.
Yeah, really hard fought. I mean, the jam, they didn't go past turn 2. That is the difference. Like in all the other jams, they've been going really fast and coming all the way around to turns 3 and 4, but that didn't even get out of the second turn. I think all of the blockers now are really digging down. They're really finding their feet and they're getting their arms out of the way. You noticed in some of those ways, even if they were chest to the jammer, they're getting their hands behind them. They know that forearms is the issue. So you're seeing people like dig in with their toes and their wheels, making sure they keep those jammers at bay.
So, Torture jamming for Norway. And quick quad quack achieving lead status for Italy. And oh, there was a star pass, but immediately followed by a cut penalty. So the pivot now jammer is sitting in the penalty box. So it's a power jam situation for Italy. Quick quack quack is hopefully making some points out of it. So I would be interested what Norway will do now. Maybe they speed it up. Wow, great movements by quick quad quack. But unfortunately during this movements some forearm penalty happened. So power jam is now for Norway and lead is lost. So we will see almost 1 minute in this jam. It's a 2-minute jam. And Norway is able to make some points. And Viking is coming in with a lot of speed. Gets blocked out. Wow. Anek, the captain of the Italian team, is really doing a great job. Very fast, very awake. And Norway gets recycled over and over again. It's really interesting. They're really blocking, very effective in frontal blocks also. Now there's a bridge needed.
Wow, what a jam. That was a really great jam by Norway. Really amazing. Coming out of the box, getting a bit of speed on, getting those points. What I'm noticing a little bit is that it's the angles. When the jammers can move the blockers around, the blockers are really unable to keep up with them, moving across the track. When the jammers have to push the blockers forward, they're actually struggling. They're not getting low enough. They aren't able to drive them forward. And that's when you see those packs kind of stuttering and like getting stuck. So for Italy, that really works for Italy because they are so agile. They are so fast. They're picking those angles. And when you're skating backwards, you aren't going to beat a jammer when you're sort of skating backwards and side to side. But the stickiness is happening when you are taking away that lateral movement and forcing that forward drive. That was really great work by Norway just then, just to keep driving forward, keep the Italy blockers forced apart so there's a better path for them. But still only 4 points on the board there for Norway and 7 points for Italy. So Italy are, I would say, taking a very commanding lead there. 155 points to Italy, 66 points to Norway.
Italy took a timeout, by the way, which is almost done.
Yes, well, they are starting with blockers in the box. Maybe they feel that they just need to have a little bit of a calm down.
Yes.
I mean, while we are talking about Italy, we can say thank you to Hypno Skates, experienced premium Italian quad roller derby skates designed for comfort and performance. Visit hypno.it.
So we have a power jam start situation for Norway. Meanwhile, the jammer of the Italian team is already standing and entering, just in this moment, entering the track. There was no lead status given already, so Hossi Galore is still in the front, but yeah, quick quad quack, made a little jump in the inside, sneaking through and getting lead status, while Hossi Galore is still stuck in this massive wall from Italy.
Yeah, Hossi Galore there seems stuck on that tripod of Italians at the front. As you said, they've dug in, they've created a nice wide defensive wall. Oh, but there, Fellini trying to bring in a little bit of movement into that wall to help Hossi Galore get out, but Italian defense is quickly reformed.
And another offense, trying to get Hossi Galore out of this wall, which made a little trouble, yes, and they need to bridge a lot, and there's one player holding Hossi for free. Psychedelic, right. Doing a good job on one-on-one.
Yes.
Hossi is still in the pack.
Quid Quad Quack really trying to make some edges happen for herself, really trying to like work the edges there, but just kind of the wheels are just rolling over the edges, not quite managing to stay in. So
Still 4 points for Italy.
Yes.
It was a very long jam and really not many points.
Yes, I think they both had to work really, really hard for that jam, pushing forward. I think, again, you saw the tripod formation, the defensive formations became a lot more solid there. There was less movement, which made it so much harder for the jams to get out and so much harder for the offense to get that movement going. That's definitely what you'll need, each team needs.
I really like the spirit from the jam timer, which is taking it very serious and loud. Wow, what an interesting situation. Who has lead jam? Norway has lead jam, calling it off.
That was a real sassy call-off by Chad Koviets. Again, Chad Koviets, the one person on Norway that seems to be getting leads in this game against Italy, but unfortunately they were chased just behind by, I couldn't remember who that jammer was. Hannibal, just behind, and who overtook them, and Chad Koviets is like, nope, no.
Hesitation for the Norway team and for Italy, deadly bad. Starting with a little hit between the jammers. Nice. Yeah, and there's some jammer offense in here. Deadly bad really wants to battle between the other jammer. Now the jammer is a little far apart in front of the pack. Hesitation is now at the wall, which is really a good job, doing a good job, improved compared to the first period, I would say. And still there is no lead status. Now there's the lead status for Italy. Deadly bad just achieved it. As I said, there's no lead status. Hesitation still stuck in the wall. They're getting very dense now. Is there an offense? Please give the offense to the jammer. Is Feline trying?
Yeah, Norway are managing to get bodies in front of Deadly Bet there, stemming that forward momentum. And of course, once that momentum has been stopped, it's very hard to pick it up again.
So Italy made it through. This was a hard trip for Deadly Bet. I find it interesting how flat the walk from Norway was. Yes, Hestetun is still holding on 2 Italian blockers, now 3 blockers. Is there an offense helping Hestetun, please? Italian jammer back at the pack, scoring another 4 points for Team Italy.
I'll tell you what, if you watch that jam back again, Mackie Maniac for Italy did an absolutely stunning job on offense there. That at the very, very start, you saw that Deadly Bet was holding the other Norwegian jammer because Mackie Maniac was coming out of the Sisu guard's box. They were just killing time. Mackie Maniac came out, immediately bashed through that wall, created a great line for Deadly Bet, and every pass around, Mackie Maniac was there, creating chaos in that Norwegian wall, helping Deadly Bet get out. That was a great, great offensive work and awareness by Deadly Bet, helping Italy to this 12-point multiple pass jam.
Do you also have? Do you also think that the blockers on the Italian side improved?
I feel like they are getting their butts together, so they're not facing, they're not getting their chests to the Norwegian jammers. They're getting 2 butts together. You can't score you can't penalty against that. You can't really hit against that. So that means the jammer has to push. And because they are shutting off any of that movement, the jammer can't go anywhere. And they are getting tired. And once you get tired, there's a bit less awareness, there's a bit less agility there. And also there's just an element of taking someone's soul, which, you take a jammer's soul, you've taken their lifeblood away from the game. And you know what? That is half the game, honestly. You wear them down until they absolutely just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, this was exactly the look that Torture gave. Just while you were talking about it, Torture looked like, oh, you again. Oh, it's so a hard job for me. Yeah, but Torture, I think, the team is still fighting a lot. And Baby Shark is again having lead status for Italy. Ooh, 2 blockers down on the Italian side, but nothing happened. They're standing up immediately, and Baby Shark sneaking through with a little spin.
Baby Shark still jumping around like the day they jumped out of the sea. My goodness, that was like a left to right foot agile jump to get those last points and call it off. 4 points on the board there for Baby Shark. But obviously Norway still have to fight. As we said before, the strength factor plays a very big part of this. Every single point adds to your ratio and influences the game that you will have tomorrow. So they have to keep fighting.
Yes. So Tchaikovsky for Team Norway is achieving lead status now. Yeah, they really fight for every point, as you said. And Hannibal on Team Italy is still in the initial, I think. First 4 points for Norway. Finally, they making points again. And Team Italy did a star pass. Another 4 points for Team Norway.
Oh, sorely needed for Norway there. Again, Chad Koviets. That is the jammer of note for Norway. I feel like maybe they're resting Chad Koviets, giving them a few jams in between to make sure when they come out all guns blazing and blaze those guns. Chad Koviets did. There is an official timeout, I think, perhaps being called by Italy. I wonder if they're going to try and call for a cut track. That's something that I potentially saw, a possible cut track on Chad Koviets with some of that fancy footwork, but we shall see shortly what that will be.
So Norway achieved points, 5 jams before they were not able to make any points. I'm lucky for them that they have 8 points in the
yes, but 8 points in that last jam for Norway.
Yes. This roller derby World Cup would not be possible without our sponsors. For example, 888, who is elevating derby safety standards with cutting-edge technology. 888, more derby-specific gear than any other brand. 888 will have you covered.
Yes, and one of our other amazing supporters, Double Threat Skates. Established in 2013, we are one of Europe's most trusted roller derby shops. Owned by Kitty from London Roller Derby, every single one of us working in the shop plays roller derby. We are cool. And they say that with a lot of conviction and strength, I can tell you that much. And one last one, Skate Good Club. Roller derby uniforms that work as hard as you do, with 4 different uniform options and 6 different lengths. Skate Good Club guarantees everyone will feel comfortable on the track. Skate good, look good. Learn more at skategoodclub.com. Thanks to our wonderful, wonderful sponsors. Oh, I was going to say, actually, I don't know if I can give this much. Double Threat Skates do a really good shirt for non-skating officials as well.
Right.
FYI, it's got an announcer mic on it and everything, so, you know, just passing on a message, passing on a message.
They have an online shop, right? Yeah. Okay, we are here in our last 6 minutes on period 2, and Italy, quick quad achieved lead status, making a very fast move, 4 points. So Norway did not achieve any points in this very, very fast jam.
And just a quick update on that last official review. Italy were reviewing a cut on the red jammer and it was lost, so Italy have lost their official review. So yeah, that was a super quick jam there. Norway do have a blocker sitting in the Zizou guards penalty box going into this next jam.
Yes, so a little benefit for Italy in here for Deadly Bet, and Attribution for Team Norway is trying to get through on the back of the wall. And we have a lead jammer. It is Deadly Bet from Team Italy again, 718. In the meantime, Attribution is still struggling on this Italian wall. There was a no pack call and there will be a penalty for Feline. Yeah, track awareness is a hard job. So in the meantime, Deadly Bet is able to make another 4 points in this jam. And Attribution is still in the initial and doesn't have any pivot to give a star helmet cover to, because the pivot is in the box. Bad situation for Norway at the moment, and Italy can make another 4 points. Great offense on the inside. And the pivot is back now. Maybe we see a star pass. Oh, lead is lost for Italy because there was a forearm, so power jam for Norway. So please help Attribution getting out of it. Yes, with a little apex jump on the inside. Attribution it is. No star pass, only a star stash. Attribution made it through the initial, and then the jam is over, unfortunately.
Yes, that was
so 0 points.
That was such a shame, actually, for Italy, because they were doing a really good job of like really strong tripod defensive wall on Attribution. Attribution, you could tell, you could see she'd kind of given up. She wasn't pushing very hard. The offense was coming in, but the Italian blockers were just filtering, waterfalling around. Wasn't giving Attribution any time of day. But going to the box right at the very end, such a shame.
Forearm happens easily. All right, so torture with a lot of speed and energy on the inside, on outside, and in the middle. Maybe achieving the lead status for Norway. In the meantime, Deadly Bet was resetted. And yes, Norway achieves lead. We still have 2 more minutes to play in this game. We have Italy against Norway, and Italy is doing a star pass to avoid Norway score more points in this jam, and yes, Norway is calling it up.
So a couple of points on the board there for Norway. Torture did go out and get lead, but yeah, again, it feels like they are flagging a lot at the end of this. I noticed that the walls for Norway, as you said earlier, actually, Jux, they're very flat, and that makes it really. It means that's just one layer for an offensive player to hit. and they're not forming those kind of like multi-layered defensive walls, and so the Italian skaters are just getting around it really easily.
Tchaikovsky giving all of her energy in the, of course, her last jam. Tchaikovsky trying to get through, making it, yes. So Norway wants to show what the team is able to do. Italy just did a star pass, psychedelic cat, and the pack is speeding up again.
Woo-wee. Tchaikovsky, it's just so notable. As soon as Tchaikovsky steps onto the track, the energy that she brings immediately, it's like a shot in the arm.
Yes.
Gets lead, gets some, but actually couldn't get any points in that jam, and that is really telling, I think, for this point of the game. Not being able to get those points when you are in that kind of position. I think it's going to be Italy all the way until the end of this game. I have to say it. I'm going to call it. All right. We have Hannibal up for Italy here. Quick lead jammer status for Hannibal. Hossi Galore is still stuck in the Italian wall for Norway, but I think perhaps is looking for that star pass out to Violent Viking.
Yeah, the pivot already has the star helmet and is now able to enter the pack. So probably there will be a soon call off. The hands are already in the air, and Italy is calling this jam. Italy was showing a really impressive game. I really need to rewatch it and learn as a blocker. Wow.
Yes, I think at once there was a kind of very chaotic energy when everyone is skating around, throwing the bodies around, but Italy actually did a good job of locking it down. They found that moment when they just got their tripod together, got their butts together nice and flat, and that just prevents any kind of lateral and forward movement for a jammer, which are like two things that are essential for a jammer to make it through. So they're forcing the pivots, the pivot to take the star, and Italy were just like beautiful lines, amazing energy from their jammers, really impressive showing by Italy today.
And Italy played very effective in the first period, and they improved in the second period, in my eyes, a lot. And yes, we have a final score now, 191 points for Team Italy and 76 points for Team Norway.
Fantastic! And just before you all go, I just want to tell you that Smash Hard and Skate Harder, Zissou Mouthguards has your back and your teeth. They're the official mouthguard of the Roller Derby World Cup. It's ultra thin, battle tested and built for bold athletes who play loud and hit louder. Trusted by derby skaters worldwide, Zissou is the official mouthguard of the Roller Derby World Cup.
Okay, we say goodbye from the House of Bruisers.
Yes,
my name is Juxa Post.
My name is Shaolin. Thanks, Riggs, for being our amazing producer. Thanks to our wonderful crew today. Have a lovely time watching all the rest of the Roller Derby World Cup, and me and Yux will catch you at some point in another wonderful game for the weekend.
The next game is Slovenia against
Vietnam, I think. Yeah, that'll be a good one. All right,
yes.
Tune in, have a great time, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.